Fall and wintertime is my favorite time of year for soups and stews. This pork chili verde is not only easy to make, but it's going to be probably one of your top 3. My wife and kids ask for it all the time. The recipe calls for the zest and juice of a lime, and the best way to do this is on a paper towel. It's important that you do not get the white pith part of the lime because it's very bitter, just the sweet zest of the skin. The paper towel serves 2 purposes. It removes some of that moisture and makes it an easy way to transfer it to your bowl before adding to the dish. Make sure there's no seeds in your lime, and we'll add the lime juice to a secondary bowl when we add it to the recipe. Of course, we're going to have a diced onion, and of course, a couple cloves of garlic. And I like to add a little bit of salt to mine and use the flat part of my knife and puree it. Now don't forget to soak your cilantro in cold water to remove those sand particles. And dry it on a paper towel. Makes for better chopping. We'll pop the leaves off, the stems, because the stems are kind of tough. And we'll chop it up. You can use ground turkey or ground chicken in this recipe, but it's really good with pork tenderloin. Just make sure you get underneath that silver skin and remove it because it's tough as nails. And we'll cut into 4 strips and just dice them into bite-sized pieces. We'll start by heating our large stock pot over a medium-high heat for about 1 minute. In the meantime, we're going to season our pork tenderloin with some salt and fresh cracked pepper. Next, we'll add some oil to our large stock pot and we'll swirl the coat. And we'll add our pork. Now it's important to let the pork sit for about a minute to caramelize before you start stirring it around. This adds a lot of the flavor. And now that we've got about 2 minutes on our pork, let's go ahead and add our onions and our garlic. We'll bring it together to saute those onions and garlic for a couple more minutes. Next, we're going to add our Starburst Sauvignon Blanc to the pan, and we'll let it reduce by half. This Starburst Sauvignon Blanc comes from the Marlborough region of New Zealand, where the world's finest Sauvignon Blanc grapes are grown. This wine delivers all the refreshing citrus aromas and lively acidity that characterizes the Marlborough region. It has a layered texture and long, crisp finish, and is perfect in and with this dish. Next, we're going to add our chicken stock, our salsa verde, and a dash or 2 of some crushed red pepper flakes. And we'll bring it together, and when the simmer returns, we'll cook for 5 more minutes. This 5-minute simmer will cause a reduction to concentrate those flavors. We'll round out the flavors and make it smooth by adding our heavy cream and our aromatic, which is cilantro, and of course our acid, which is the lime juice and lime zest. And we'll bring it together, go 1 more minute, and we're ready to serve. If you like red wine, try this Carnivore Cabernet Sauvignon. This wine is a unique combination of full-body flavors and finesse. This rich blend shows hints of blackberry, caramel, roast coffee, and toasted oak. Carnivore Cabernet finishes each bold sip with refined smoothness. But what if you're a beer fan? I've got 2 selections that not only go great with the dish, but in the dish. This wicked weed, Uncle Rick's Pilsner, is the brainchild of Walt and Luke Dickinson. This Pilsner is perfection, and perfection takes patience. After a lengthy and methodical fermentation, Uncle Rick's emerges. They take the purest Blue Ridge mountain water and combine it with German yeast, noble hops, and traditional Pilsner malts to brew this perfect Pilsner. For celebrating, for relaxing, for Uncle Rick. They craft this beer for both the beer connoisseur and the connoisseur of life. Another great selection is this Hanalei Island IPA from Kona Brewing Company. The subtle bitterness of hops is balanced by passion fruit, orange, and guava. Named after the Hanalei Bay in Hawaii, the flavors will refresh the senses and is a perfect pairing for this dish. Enjoy!